And with that, 3 eras are down the drain in one fell swoop. Look, Giannis is gone. He didn't say it in the press conference, but I think he's gone. There is no way he's staying after that. That game was like a bad ending to a movie. And it's not just the ending of this game. It's not the fact that he lost either. It's this series as a whole. It's proof that this Bucks thing is just not gonna work out. All those great performances pretty much wasted. There's a reason why he's an MVP finalist. There's been this negative stigma about switching teams over the years, but at its core, wanting to switch teams and wanting to leave to find a place, it's not a bad thing. It's just everything that surrounds it. I think there's also something to be said about a player that's just wasting their prime away on a dead-end team. Kemba Walker. I bet that there's people that watch this and don't even think about Kemba Walker like that. They don't care to talk about him. But in his prime, when he was in Charlotte, he was cold. He was pretty much wasting his prime away in a dead-end Charlotte Hornets franchise. And when he left, he was out of his prime, nowhere near the same player. And it's so crazy that the only thing he looks back at as a highlight of his career is what he did in college. Those are not even my words, it's his. And this situation is going on with Jokic right now in Denver. Now, currently, he's 1 win away from going to round 2 in the playoffs. But that does not erase the situation he's in right now. And who's not a greater representation of this than his own teammate, Damian Lillard? Damian Lillard was nothing short of extraordinary in Portland. The term Dame Time was coined in Portland. If not for Stephen Curry, he'd be the greatest shooter of our generation. But he spent and wasted too much time in Portland. That team was never going to win a chip. And because of that, all of those prime years that could have been spent on an actual good team, gone. We can all agree ever since he came to the Bucks, he has not been the same. Now, people said it was because of some off the court stuff, so people gave it a year. He has the blood clot thing that went on, but he returned from it and was able to play game 2. And that could have been rustiness, but you can still see that Damian Lillard is not exactly Damian Lillard. And then it happened. He tore his Achilles tendon, in which everybody knows once that happens, that's it. If there was ever a question if Dame was in his prime or not, this pretty much just answered it right then and there. There has pretty much been only one case of someone getting back to themselves after this injury, and that's KD. And Damian Lillard is similar in that aspect that his game is more focused on skill, much like KD. But like I said before, he hasn't been looking like the Dame of old before this. It's up in the air if Dame can still be himself after, but Dame time just might be over. And now Doc Rivers, man. Doc Rivers. Another all-time playoff performance. These cameramen are so petty. Is this the same cameraman that found a new camera angle for John Morant? They knew to zoom in at the perfect moment too. That deja vu hitting Doc like a truck. So I'm just gonna leave this here. Let it marinate, let it sink in. With the way these front offices have been moving, I'm surprised he hasn't been fired yet. There's like 3 months in the offseason. This Doc Rivers experiment is over. With the way these front offices love him, he may just be an assistant coach next season. But please, I beg of you, don't let him near a commentator desk ever again. Giannis says he wants to win, and the Bucks are not going to do that for him. And he has put the Bucks on notice that he's not that type of player that would stay if they're not winning. He will be gone. And it looks like last night was the nail in the coffin. There's always a spot in beautiful New York City for Giannis if he's interested. But this series may have just ended 3 eras at once and may have been a series that has just decided Milwaukee's future.